This is your captain speaking, and we're here with the homie
Tyler Gunzo.
Exosister, bro. Lesbians.
My girls.
Lesbian EVILSWARM, isn't that what we called it back in the day? But this is a new format, just for the new format, kind of what's been messing around with.
Yeah, the kind of more hit the issues with tier stuff. And mine's a little bit targeted to that and something else that we see a lot more local, as I'll go into it more when we get there.
All right.
Start off easy, 3 Martha, don't need explanation there. Best starter on the deck. 3 Elise, you need it for Martha. And 3 Stella. Self-explanatory. Those are all your good starters. Get you into your rank 4s easy. 2 Sophia. And what I do differently here is I do 2 Irene as well. See a lot of people do 2 and 1. The reason I like 2 is it's make sure that your Vadis is always alive. And I don't know if people realize this, but she can work her effect to shuffle 1 back and draw 1, or put 1 on bottom and draw 1, even when she's alone.
Oh,
unlike
so
Sophia.
So say that one more time.
So she can do her draw effect even when she's alone. So if you just normal summon her and you have like something that you can't work with, you have an extra draw just because of her. Unlike Sophia, where she needs another name on the board to do the draw.
And then just going backwards through the other effect. This one is the one that specials, right?
This one will special summon 1 from hand, and this will summon itself from hand.
And she's free spam, and then she's just the god card.
Yeah,
she's Terror Top.
Yeah, exactly. So I like having the 2 just so that you can always make sure that your Vadis is alive on these 2, and it does help get you there a few times. Alright, 3 packs, self-explanatory. It's your searcher and a free special summon eventually as well. Still on 1 Carpedium. I know Mystic Mine is gone, but this is still a really good card.
What does it do again? Just to...
So it is essentially a prohibition after you have XYZ summoned, which can also proc during their turn. Also, it will pop back row whenever, or once a turn, when your Exosisters have battled.
That was dumb with mine, man. Do you miss that? Do you miss that? I know you miss it.
Mystic Mine? Oh yeah, I miss it. I'm probably one of the only people that'll say it, but I miss it.
He's an honest man. Honest man.
And then, card that is very controversial for me, but I am playing the 1 Armament. The only reason I like this card right now is because, we'll get into the extra deck card, but a Sophiel. A Sophiel against tier is extremely hard to land to shut them off for the turn before it's too late. This makes it to where you can do it quickly at the very beginning of the turn before they can do anything. So this card is really good because of tier and because I need to go into a Sophiel faster.
So it's kind of like a slow barrage in your opinion? Like a
kind of, yeah.
Zodiac barrage, but a lot slower.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. I got you. Well, you know the deck better than me, bro.
Self-explanatory again. 2 Vadis, 2 Returnia. These are your powerhouse traps. Yeah, they're just good.
Just quickly, in case nobody's... The Vadis is the only one that sometimes people get them confused. Vadis is the one that specials, and then...
Special summons 2 and will lock you into Exosister XYZ's... or special summoning Exosisters from the extra deck. And Returnia is a banish 1 from either field or graveyard. And then, secondly, you can either XYZ summon after it resolves, or non-targeting banish if you've XYZ summoned already this turn.
This card's defense
double fate.
Is double fate.
It is double fate.
The speed of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right
Getting into the hand traps, obvious card is obvious. We don't need to go into D-Shifter. Now
you just heard all the tier players.
Right. We are still playing 3 Ash.
Ash is still clutch right now.
It's still really clutch. And the second big boogeyman of the format right now, let's be real, is Floowandereeze. This is
nuts. Yeah.
Really good against Floowandereeze still.
Right.
Unless they're chain blocking it, that is going to stop anything they're doing.
You hope normal Rabin Ash up.
Speaking of Floowandereeze stopping, so let's get that out there.
He's like, I'm not playing.
You chain blocking me? No, we're good.
Do you feel like that hand trap lineup kind of plays around? You may be playing more, but plays around like talents.
That is all the hand traps.
Plays around talents a little bit, because like Ash is like you can hold it and wait on talents. Imperm plays around it naturally, and then Shifter you can shotgun it. So
yeah, you can shotgun this. This doesn't matter. Yeah, I like this lineup. It stops the important things. I mean, obviously we're in a tier 0 format. We're trying to stop graveyards. We don't have to go into that one too much. The other thing I like about these two is that they can play even with a shifter live. To stop any of the other plays. So if they're trying to get cute to try to play through the shifter, you can still stop them with these. I really like this lineup. It's worked really well for me, but I could see you doing something slightly different.
Just depending if it's how the meta shifts.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, I really like that lineup, and generally for this deck, I like that lineup. I play Yu-Gi-Oh, so I play 3 of these. I'm not gonna go into anymore.
I play Yu-Gi-Oh. Send all hate mail to this dude, man. This fight's on me, bro. If you're not playing Prosperity, I don't know what you're doing with you. If you better get to the point some kind of way.
You're playing a deck that can play Desires, I guess.
Right.
But no, you got to be playing that.
Right.
Dark Roller No More. This deck, if you lose a coin flip, you still got to be able to deal with their board. This is the best card to do it at the moment. So this is your, oh shit, I lost a coin flip.
Oh, okay. So you feel like 3 is like, yeah, I gotta do it.
I gotta do the 3. And there's more board breakers in the sideboard for when you know you're gonna be going second. But we'll get into that later. But this is the one that you want to keep main deck so that you can still play if you lose a coin flip.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then a bunch of one-ofs. I have a Called By, because Called By still.
It's weird just because of the Bystials, but it's like, who cares?
It's weird, but the biggest thing I'm seeing is that people are struggling playing Ash. Ashing a Martha is still very, very strong against this deck. I need to play this. Also, with Martha, if I normal summon Martha, this will turn into an XYZ summon. Because Martha.
It does have a double layer. Okay. It has a stronger layer of capability in your deck.
It does.
So, ignore me.
The last 3 cards, and this is more meta-specific, I have the Terraforming, the Necro Valley, and the Zombie World. If you are going to a regional or something like that, probably do 3 Necro Valley. You're going to be playing a lot more tier. At my locals, there are a lot of tier, and there's also a lot of Fluenderies. So I'm trying to hit everything.
He said 1, 2, 3.
This will still slow down tier. They cannot make Kit Kalos do this.
Because it can't be Aqua, it's a zombie.
Exactly. So it does slow them down. Obviously, this is going to be your more powerhouse, and this is going to get to either one. This will stop flow.
Well.
Yeah.
How many feelings? I know you hurt some feelings.
I
know you hurt some feelings with that one.
Yeah. Getting into the extra deck, we got the 3 Michaelis. Pretty self-explanatory. She is the powerhouse rank 4.
But it just banishes, right?
Yes, a quick effect banish on the turn she's summoned, and then searching for the spell traps on detach. We have the 3 Caspatel. I like it at 3. No, most people will play it at 2. First off, you have Cashier running rampant and going to be running even more rampant. I don't ever want to be at less than 2. And if they're going to be yanking 1, then you kind of want the 3rd. Yeah.
Shout out to Mind Hacker.
She is your main starter too.
Shout out to this guy. He plays Mind Hacker.
Shout out to Greg.
This guy, he's ready.
I am playing 2 Asophiel right now. This is your in archetype Abyss Dweller. And it can bounce a monster on their field back to hand, so that's also really good.
Hand. That's strong.
Yeah. Then we got the 1 Gibrine, Walking Imperm, Buffer. You still play her just because she's probably the worst
for the 800 boost.
Yep. Another thing I do a little differently is I play the 3 Magnifica. This is the best card on the deck.
Now, why 3? Now, a lot of people play 2, and I agree with 3, but why do you play 3?
So I personally play 3 because I've lost Yu-Gi-Oh games when I needed a 3rd.
The grind game.
The grind game does get there. I have absolutely needed a 3rd in those games. And honestly, if we're going into some of the other cards, I've made the 3rd Magnifica more than I made a single Zeus. Like, this card just feels so much important.
You play 4 Magnifica if you
I would play 4 Magnifica if I could. I think 4 might be a bit much. I don't know that there's ever a game that I've 4. But Magnifica is just fantastic. If you can make her, you're winning that game.
So this is the reason why you really play the deck. Is it's like, yeah, this card is
busted. Non-targeting banish and potentially tagging out to something underneath it, either like a Sophial if you need to stop their turn for tier, or
oh, because of the swap effect. Yeah,
because of the swap effect. They activate anything. Okay, now it's an Sophial. Or another McLeese for another banish.
Do you ever dodge stuff with that? Like,
oh, all the time. Oh, I'm gonna banish something. Valor or Imperm? Yeah, no, okay, it's something else now.
He's like, yeah,
good try, good try. Also, they're not hard wounds for turns, which is crazy. So if you can end up making 2, you get an additional banish. And then just kind of the fillers, Baguska, because flow is still real, that stops flow. Zeus is still Zeus, it's good. I don't make it that much in this deck. I feel like I'm Exosister locked a lot, but it's still just in case. And then the one-liner, in case something happens and like they Ibly or something, I need to just get something off the board.
Do you feel like that plays around like Dimensional Barrier or the Bestials a little bit or something?
A little bit, like, so a lot of times that I've been debarriered, it's been in a part that I'm already Exosister locked, so it's not going to help me at all. So like after I flip a Vadis or after I Martha. But there are other situations where like Ibly's on the board that this does come in handy, and you can just crash it and then search for Martha. Or I think you can search for Martha. But you can search for an Exosister if you crash it.
Regardless, you're gonna get some kind of.
You're gonna get something to go. Yeah.
I got you.
Moving on to sideboard, this is where the board breakers really come in. So when you're going first, you have the Judgments, you have the Goes and Matches. Yeah.
Low key board breaker too, but I feel you.
Low key. You're really trying to like catch flow or catch them on a water so you can lock them there, or you're gonna catch tier on something that they don't want to be on and just try stop the turn. You're playing all lights, so you might as well. And then board breaker stuff, 3 evenly. 3 Twin Twister. These should probably be Lightning Storm. I just need to pick them up. But back row is back row. I can fight through monsters a lot more than I can.
Does the deck do better with having like big wipeouts like that to like, because it feels like their weakness is their attack value isn't the strongest, you know, maybe? Yeah,
I mean, Magnifica can punch for a lot of damage on a single turn, but you do need to get through those bigger boards. If you can go first, and this is basically trying to reset to where you're going first, there's a good likelihood that you're going to win. 4 banishes.
Said reset to me, go, okay, you going first? No, easily. I'm going first.
You need to be able to try to play it to where you're going first, because you can set up the 4 banish pretty easily and pretty consistently. But you can't do it if you're trying to play through things. This will help you get to not playing through things. More board breakers. We got the Harpy Feather Duster, and then I'm playing 2 Dark Hole.
Interesting.
Dark Hole is, to me right now, it's better than Raigeki.
Wow.
Simply because, especially in this deck.
Just in case I need to zoom in on Dark Hole. It
is actually a Dark Hole, yes. People are playing Ibly. People are playing Kaijus. They're playing things that they're going to leave on your board. Martha cannot operate under that. Returnia cannot operate under that. So as soon as they do that, you're kind of screwed. Especially with the Dark World Structure deck coming out. They're going to be putting up, I forget his name, Ceruli or something like that on your board. You need to be able to clear that so that you can play. This is kind of a two-prong attack of I'm clearing your board like Raigeki would, but I'm also clearing my board so I can actually play.
That's a wise guy right there. And we're out. Arrivederci.